Bill O'Reilly here, Wednesday, November 18th, 2020. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening today in America. President Trump loses a legal battle in Pennsylvania. The Pentagon removing thousands of troops from the Middle East. Philadelphia is shutting down to slow the plague. Florida staying open. The lockdown now affecting our memories. Also ahead, covering Joe Biden. It's not easy. But first, the Pennsylvania Supreme Court ruling against the Trump campaign's efforts to overturn the vote in that state. The 5-2 vote by the Supreme Court rejected the president's claims that Republicans were barred from witnessing the count in Philadelphia. The court warned it would be unconstitutional to dismiss legal ballots because of slight procedural irregularities, the court's words. There is still one more big case to decide in Pennsylvania that could wind up in the Supreme Court. President Trump ordering the Department of Defense to pull 2,500 soldiers from Iraq and Afghanistan by January 15th. U.S. troops have been stationed in Afghanistan since October 2001, and the drawdown is controversial because Islamic terrorism still exists in both Afghanistan and Iraq. Philadelphia banning all indoor gatherings as COVID surges across the country. The mayor's office prohibiting folks from getting together, visiting each other's homes, or dining in restaurants. The governor also urging all residents to wear masks in their own homes. Wow. Neighboring New Jersey now limiting the maximum number of Thanksgiving guests to 10 people or less. Unlike the Northeast, Florida is sticking to its plan to avoid restrictions. Governor DeSantis allowing bars, restaurants, gyms, and theme parks to operate at full capacity. Local governments in Florida are permitted to impose their own lockdown should they choose to do so. Researchers at the University of California say the national shutdown is having an effect on everybody's memory. Scientists believe high stress, isolation, and disrupted work schedules are making folks forget daily events. 20% of those surveyed are unable to recall what day it is. What day is it? In a moment, Joe Biden, not an easy guy to cover. Right back with that. As you may know, more than 44 million Americans have lost their jobs. The Fed just warned the recession may get worse. So I recommend you consider gold and silver. And the only company I recommend is American Hartford Gold Group. I trust them. I've done business with them. I recommend them. They sell physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or inside your IRA. And they make it easy. So please call them right now. And make sure you tell them that Bill sent you. And they will give you, ready? $1,500 of free silver on your first order. Since I've been recommending American Hartford Gold Group, gold is up more than 30%. So don't wait. Call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, that's 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day, how to cover Joe Biden. I am still trying to figure that out. The problem is he bounces around and he's not very specific. A few examples. On COVID, quote, Mr. Biden, we have to beat the virus. More people may die if we don't coordinate. Coordinate what? Exactly what does Joe Biden want to do? I don't know. Mr. Biden on race, quote, especially at those moments when this campaign was at its lowest ebb, the African-American community stood up again for me. You've always had my back, and I'll have yours, unquote. But how? What will Joe Biden as president do to improve race relations? We don't know. Mr. Biden on foreign policy, quote, "When I'm speaking to foreign leaders, I'm telling them America is going to be back. We're going to be back in the game," unquote. What game? What does that actually mean? Impossible to say. Joe Biden on unity, quote, "America, I'm honored that you have chosen me to lead our great country. The work ahead of us will be hard, but I promise you this, I will be a president for all Americans, whether you voted for me or not. Now is the time to heal," unquote. Great, heal. Nice. But again, heal from what? Obviously, he's implying that Donald Trump hurt us, but 73 million Americans voted for him. Are they going to heal? Heal from what? So we don't know what Joe Biden is going to do. We don't know how he sees the country, how he sees the world. We don't know anything. That's the truth. Now, Mr. Biden is hiring a lot of former Obama people. That's a hint. Also, a lot of corporate people. And that surprised me. But no radicals thus far. Honest journalists, and I like to think I am one, should try to be fair to Joe Biden. But general platitudes don't get us anywhere and are impossible to put into any kind of reasonable context. Joe Biden won because more people voted for him than Donald Trump. My analysis is he didn't win because 77 million Americans liked him. He won because 77 million Americans did not like Donald Trump. I could be wrong. But again, going forward, it is not going to be easy to cover Joe Biden because he rarely says anything specific. I'm Bill O'Reilly, and I approved that message by actually writing it. Please consider my new book, Killing Crazy Horse, still on the bestseller list after 10 weeks. I think you'll like it. In a moment, something you might not know. Investors, are you seeking steady cash flow, ready to diversify? Have you considered a proven real estate investment fund? NRIA is one of the nation's leading realty specialists and offers 10% annualized monthly payouts, with bonuses targeted to 21%. That's right, you could receive steady 10% return monthly payments with bonuses. You know, they specialize in realty investing done right. Even use your 401k or IRA to invest. NRIA's 15-year track record and $1.2 billion in new construction development backs you. So learn how you can invest in this hard asset real estate cash flow fund today and receive 10% annualized monthly payouts with bonuses. This is something savvy investors should research and consider. Please call now, 201-210-2727, 201-210-2727, or visit nria.net.
An offer to buy or sell any security is only made by the NRIA Private Placement Memorandum. National is a real estate development firm. See us at nria.net.
Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 42 years ago today, 1,000 Americans gathered in a remote jungle village in South America. Members of the group had just shot and killed a visiting U.S. congressman. Then the people were herded and forced to drink poison-laced fruit punch. In less than an hour, 909 people were dead in the biggest mass suicide in history. This is the story of the Jonestown massacre. Beginning in the 1950s, preacher Jim Jones established the People's Temple, a Christian sect focused on racial equality and socialist principles like the elimination of private property. Soon, Jones relocated the church to San Francisco. The group was popular among local hippies, the poor, thousands of African Americans in the Bay Area. A few months later, Jim Jones was accused of fraud, embezzlement, sexual assault, and the abuse of children. so he fled the country. The paranoid preacher invited his followers to join him in starting a new life in French Guiana. The congregation was promised paradise. Instead, they found hard labor and propaganda. Many were ordered to work 18-hour days in the hot sun, listening to Jones' rambling sermons on loudspeakers, even while they slept. They were also forced to surrender their passports. After numerous complaints from family members in San Francisco, California Congressman Leo Ryan organized a visit to Jonestown in Guyana. The next day, church members were begging the congressman to take them back to America. Ryan was then attacked with a knife and ultimately shot to death, along with 3 members of his party. Back in the village, Jim Jones ordered everyone to gather in the main pavilion and commit what he termed a, quote, revolutionary act of suicide. Nurses concocted a blend of cyanide, sedatives, and flavored Kool-Aid. More than 900 people were dead within 45 minutes. And here's something else you might not know. Some members of the People's Temple managed to survive. 36 people escaped the jungle. They hid among the bodies before being rescued by Guyanese authorities. Back after this. How bad is your back, knee, or neck pain? Mine was pretty bad. I played 4 sports when I was younger, and it's catching up with me now. I tried a lot of stuff to manage the pain. Ointments, pain relievers, fish oil, nothing worked. So a doctor friend of mine recommended Omega XL, and here's why. The underlying cause of painful, achy joints and muscles is inflammation. The key to knock down inflammation before it causes damage is backed by 35 years of research, and that's what Omega XL does. The doctor also says, quote, I can't write any prescription that comes close to what Omega XL accomplishes. She was right. So if you're suffering with painful, achy joints and muscles, stop wasting money and switch to Omega XL. Order Omega XL now and get a second bottle free. Visit omegaxl.com/bill, omegaxl.com/bill, or you can call 800-844-4888, 800-844-4888. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.